Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, welcoming you once again to the show. Well, here it is, episode 4. And we are in the home stretch. We can see it leading up. And let me tell you, we are a long way from home, Toto, as our agents follow a lead that takes them to Chicago. Who's this lead? Well, I'm glad you asked, but I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to spoil it for you in the intro. And if you didn't find out in the last episode, then you better get your ass back to episode 3 and find out what's been going on. And if you want to know what's been going on before all of this, then head on over to our website at rollthehard20podcast.com and get caught up on all of our episodes. Hell, you can find all of our episodes on any one of the notarized podcast apps, Sticher, Spotify, Apple, Google, all those other things. And you can even listen to them on YouTube at Roll the Hard 20. Don't forget, if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. You know, I say it on every intro, and God knows I record a lot of these intros, but it is always so nice to be sitting again with the hard slingers of yore. You know, it's funny when you've been playing role-playing games with people that you've known for 35 years, if not longer at this point in our age, and there's almost a shorthand that goes along with it, and it's we played Dungeons and Dragons and we played other RPG games together in the past, and it's nice to be playing a game like Delta Green. Dennis, you've done a wonder with this game. I know Shane, Ivy, and you've had a few other collaborators with this game, but you guys really knocked it out of the park with this game. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Warm up your dice and top off your glasses. Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 4 of our Sweetness run through. Please enjoy. One more after this. Oh no.
Plotting your demise.
Write my times down.
Yeah. What you got going on later today, Brother Tom?
Well, pretty much nothing. I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off and actually stop working. I think we'll get the pool chores done, and I might work on the T-Brew with Antonio, get a couple things done on it. Other than that, just lazy Saturday. Tomorrow at dark 30, Antonio's got to go to the Sheriff Explorer's pre-academy meeting. So I got to drop him off at 7 in the morning.
Your kid's a badass, dude.
Pardon me?
Your kid's a badass. I love all that shit.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's doing good. He's setting himself up for success. I really wish I would have done the same when I was his age, but
he's a lot like his grandpa. I don't know what happened to his old man, but
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. So he's doing good. He's setting himself up pretty well. Speaking of sons, Ryder, how's Gavin doing? You said he's always asking for money, but how's he doing at school?
He's doing well. He's doing really well. In fact, he's getting ready to go to Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach.
Right.
So
6'1" now or something.
He's taller than I am now.
That's what I mean. You're like 5'11"
awesome.
or 6,
fucking
right?
Crazy. Yeah, I'm 6'1", so he's like 6'1.25", something like that. Yeah, either that
I
or
wouldn't give to be 5'10".
The Floridian sun has crushed me down, dog.
The crusher.
When's he graduate?
Who knows? He just found another girlfriend. I almost said something else.
When's he graduate from
for him,
13th grade? Hey, you're drinking booze, Tone.
Booze Tone.
For him.
Cheers, brothers.
Cheers, brothers.
Wait, here to go. It's in the can. There we go.
There we go.
Cheers.
See, Tone and I are drinking the same thing. It's almost like we're sitting around the same table.
Yeah. Ironically.
This illness is just like taking me down. I apologize to all the listeners that have heard me grunt and wheeze and shit. But it's basically taken all my energy and pulled it right out of my starfish. So,
dude, I went into town yesterday to get the supplies, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, I hope I don't catch nothing. I haven't seen anyone for 2 weeks.
Dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
So, are we ready to start episode 4?
Born ready,
Hell yeah.
man.
Are you
Oh.
doing just the video, or sorry, just the audio too? Or are we doing video?
We're doing video.
Excellent. I've been trying
Yeah.
not to pick my nose on camera, but who knows?
You know what? I'm not going to go through 4 or 5 hours worth of episodes to pick fly shit out of Pepper and stuff like that. So just be on your goods, and we're going to have a good time. And if
Let
people
me
get
put my dick
butthurt,
away. All
if
right.
people get butthurt, we are sorry, but we're running it. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted handler, Brian, welcoming you once again to episode 4 of our Delta Green scenario, Sweetness, and with me, the hard slingers of your Tone Dog.
Yes.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Let's get the sweetness.
Actually, before we begin, there's a little bit of business I got to drop. I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Tiana Red Hansen. She runs another Delta Green podcast that I listen to regularly. Give them a listen over at the Redacted Reports. She hooked me up with some music that I will be using for this, because even though the music I use, I want to use other music too. And I really like what they produce over there. They deserve any notoriety that they get. That being said, though, you can't beat this logo.
Absolutely, brother Sammy.
Fucking artist around town. Aye, brother. Thank you, Samwise. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, $5 and a warm beer. That's all it took, you know?
And I'll get that $5 out
Not
to you as soon
even
as I
cold
can.
beer, a warm beer.
So last episode, you guys had left the Bernier residence. You guys went and found a green box that your previous case handler Heisenberg told you about, that was local to the area. While you were there, he had run a background check on the Bernier family and told you about the ex-wife, Sarah Garrison, who lives in Chicago, and he had purchased tickets for each of you to get your asses over there. And you guys were left with a conundrum as to whether or not to go and deal with her after you had just procured all these items from their green box, or to go back to the Bernier residence and deal with whatever's there.
We got to save Kitty Cat.
Right now, it's probably about 6:15 after you guys had gone and policed up all the stuff. You guys are still at the green box, just outside of it. What would you like to do?
Travel to the airport.
Yeah. Take on a trip to Chi-Town, I guess.
Wait, before we disconnect with Heisenberg, I wanted to tell him that our contact's name is Anna and that she gave me a burner phone. And then I want to ask him if he wants to talk with her, or is that verboten?
Did she give you a last name?
No.
Okay. Chances are Anna is her real first name, but she didn't give you another name. I want you to do me a favor, Adesso. Do not tell her that you spoke with me. Let me try to work something on my end, but don't tell her about the green box, and don't tell her about going to Chicago, and try to keep my name off the radar.
Will do. I give her a physical description of her, what she looked like. The only other thing she gave us was the phone, the identification with the suits, and a laptop. Yeah, laptop's got nothing on it except these 3 files.
Where's
PDF.
the laptop now?
Laptop's with us.
Ditch the laptop.
Got it.
You guys are at a community recycling center, if you follow my drift.
Understood. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Oh, I got it. Okay. All right.
We ditched the laptop.
Okay.
Okay, laptop's gone. We take our firearms and such with us. Each has got the flashlight, some other things, and
Flashlight, knife, 9mm.
yeah, we'll take the flares too, and then we're gonna lock all this stuff in the trunk once we get to the airport.
Okay, so you get to the airport, put all the stuff in the trunk. You really don't have a carry-on either. I mean, everything else was back at the hotel.
Just Odessa.
Right? Yeah. So you're just gonna leave everything in the trunk then, right? The flares.
Is there an ATM?
choice.
Is there an ATM at the Airport.
I'm certain there is.
I'm trying to pull out some cash on the card. Ooh,
Okay.
No, wait, never mind. I don't want to do
You're gonna
that.
track us, dude.
Yeah. Shit.
What are you doing with that? So our family's in danger, and you're sitting there getting money to buy duty free.
Well,
That was another
too.
thing. Heisenberg had mentioned that you needed to get your loved ones to safety with somebody that you trusted.
Yeah.
So,
That's taken care of.
Yeah. Let's follow up on that just to ensure that they are taken care of.
Yeah, you need to find out from your lady and all that if it happens. I know my people are fine, but
Yeah. I'll
your
make
lady
a
was
phone
a
call
bit
to Santa, see what she has to say.
phone rings 2-3 times. Eventually, it picks up. Paulie?
Mushy mushy.
Mushy mushy? Paulie?
Santa, you okay?
Sorry.
Yeah, what's going on here? I've
Nothing's
got some
going
people
on.
that showed up at the house. They said they're friends of your friend, somebody named Ichimaru.
That is correct. There's been
They
a
took me and Joaquin out of the house by force. I mean, they.
well,
What's this about lingerie?
this is just a routine thing. There's been a breach in the department at
Paulie,
work.
there is nothing routine about this.
No, yes, of course, sweetie. There's nothing routine about this. However, the protocols in place are routine. This is nothing out of the ordinary. It's just going to be a little bit of inconvenience for a couple days while we're getting out. There's been a leak. We're fixing it. Just relax. Take care of Joaquin. Everything's going to be fine. You tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your dad. I miss him, and of course, I miss you. If you have any problems or questions, give a call. Although I may be out of contact because of the nature of what we're doing, but just be cool. Do what they tell you. You're in very, very good hands. Okay.
Paulie, when you get back, you and I, we're going to have a talk. You're going to have to disclose to me exactly what it is you do when you go away. Because I don't know if I can handle this anymore.
We'll talk when I get back.
And the line just goes silent. Are you still there?
I know.
Love you,
Paulie's
sweetie. Talk to you soon.
Oh yeah, I love you too. Hold on, each. Yeah, I love you too, honey. Yeah.
I love you too.
I love you
Yeah.
too, Lucy.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that ratchets up his stress level quite a bit. Wonderful. We're going to have a talk.
And you know what that means?
Yeah.
She's going to
means I
have a
need to
talk. You're
listen
going to
and she
listen.
Boy. So you guys board the plane. A few minutes down the road. It takes about an hour and a half. And you guys find yourself in Chicago. I'm assuming that's about how long it takes. Maybe 2.5 hours. Touchdown. Thank you. It's probably close to 9 o'clock at night by the time you guys leave the airport. I'm assuming that you want to hail an Uber, or how do you want to get out of the airport?
Probably be better to have a car.
Yeah.
Tell me what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Let's get a. Well,
We don't
get
have no money to rent a car. As a matter of
We
fact,
had a
have no money
billfold
at
right
all.
now.
We better hang out and wait for high.
Well, we have whatever money's on our person, right? But
Give me
in
two.
all
Roll
honesty,
two
I've never
D10s.
used an Uber, so I don't know how to do it.
Roll 2 D10s.
Okay.
71.
You have $71 on you,
43.
and that's what you have.
Well, all right then. With our whopping $100 and some odd, not good at math, we could probably get a cab to somewhere. Meanwhile, I check the phone to see if Heisenberg left us a message, because maybe he can give us another care package or steer us toward a care package, and then get us something to. I agree with each. We really should rent a car. It gives us a lot of freedom and mobility. Any messages from Heisenberg while we were in flight?
Well, it's the new episode. Let's do another luck roll.
All righty.
Is that a 20?
Yes, it is.
8.
4.
18. Nope, 19.
You see a message on your phone.
Yeah.
It tells you an address. It's someplace in the lower district next to the airport. 28843 Lasby Lane. Mailbox C.
Okay. All right. Let's get a cab. We'll take a cab to this location. I tell
You
each
may-
what's going on. I've got a message. This is what it is.
You find yourselves in front of an abandoned apartment complex. You see out front that there are those old, like bronze mail doors.
Mm.
You know, the whole panel. There's probably like 30 of them there. You know, A, B, C, D. Actually, there's 26 of them. Let's go with that. And you see mailbox C. The door is closed.
Is it a key or a combo?
It's probably a key back in the day.
Punch it open. Or key.
We don't have anything to pry with, do we?
Let's try opening it.
We'll try
There's
opening.
all kinds. It's locked.
Oh,
There's all kinds of debris and shit lying around.
Well, let's just search around the debris and maybe, just maybe, somebody's hidden a key.
You find a screwdriver.
good
That's a
enough.
key.
If I can hotwire a car with that, I can open a damn lock.
Mm-hmm.
So you ram this thing in the lock, pop this thing loose, and you see inside are 2 folds of bills.
Awesome.
There's 5 20s, 500s, and 2 50s.
Outstanding. I split up the money with each. All right, cool. So now we've got about 500 and,
How much?
$100
Can you say that again, Ryder?
500s, 5 20s, and 2 50s.
so it's $700 each. Right? Or is it total
Did
700
you
or
say 700 each or 700
Total.
each?
total?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just to cover
Right.
his ass because he
Yeah.
did the math wrong.
Yeah, he's a lawyer, not no mathematician.
Nope.
So you got $700 of cold hard cash in there.
Okay.
Anything else in there?
No.
Okay.
Cab
Keep the
driver.
screwdriver.
Cab driver's still waiting.
Awesome. We'll get back in the car and let's have him take us to the location of this lady's address.
Did you
Okay.
hear I'll keep the screwdriver too, Ryder?
I did hear
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Awesome.
Who's tapping back there?
Sorry, that was me. So $700 and a rusty screwdriver. Awesome.
It's a good screwdriver.
Sounds like a good night.
I got to tell you a story.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Let me fire up my thing. This is a little offbeaten. When I was at work, this was a couple weeks ago, this old bum comes up to me and he wants to borrow a pair of pliers. I said, sorry, I don't lend my tools out. He's like, well, maybe you could lend me a rusted pair of pliers. I said, sorry, dude. I don't own any rusty tools. I just walked away. You know, I guess the bums in that area, they'll take your tools and steal them and sell them for whatever.
Yeah. So a rusty screwdriver. What is that? Vodka, orange juice, and Tabasco sauce?
Ooh, that's a good
Dude.
one.
Doesn't sound too bad to me.
That's not too bad at all.
Orange juice and Tabasco. I don't know, man.
Sweet and spicy. Mm.
Hey.
So you guys make your way to the apartment. Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking vodka, orange juice, and a small, a quarter tablespoon of cayenne.
Okay.
It's probably close to 10 o'clock at night. And it's
Dude, long
damn
day.
cold.
Okay.
This Uber driver, Uber or a cab?
Do they
Probably
even
a
have
cab.
Uber back
Probably
then?
a cab.
Yeah.
This cab brings you close to the Rose Hill apartments. You see it's just a shitty rundown neighborhood with trash pushed against the street curbs. You see
Cabrini
cars
green.
cars litter both sides of the narrow road, most of which have some kind of damage that the owners probably felt more like just felt better about spending the payout rather than actually getting the car itself repaired. You tip your cab driver, get out of the cab, he takes off. As you walk up to the apartment building, you see exterior glass doors grant access to hallways that lead to all apartment entrances, and you could hear people yelling from within their domiciles. You hear angry men and crying women and hungry kids complaining. And you see at the back of the lobby that there's an elevator. And there's also a side door that leads to a stairwell.
Do we know what floor or at? Do we have all that?
Yeah, we do have all that. She is on 3rd floor, number 311.
Good job, brother. Take those notes. I love
Damn right. So yeah, I tell each. He's on the 3rd floor. I say we take the stairs.
Sure.
Okay. Stairwell opens up. You
Race
get
ya.
the musty smell of like BO and used diapers that just emanate from this enclosed stairwell as it
Chicago.
takes you up to the 3rd floor. Get out, open up the door onto the hallway, and it's just this long, dirty, dimly lit hallway. You see that they try to carpet the rug or carpet the hallway, and it's that tacky, sticky kind of stuff because there's so much garbage has been spilt on this stuff. And as you make your way to Garrison's studio apartment, or what was supposedly her apartment, it's obvious even from the hallway that something is not right. You get a strong smell of rotting food that's detectable from outside of apartment 311. The door.
We knock on the door.
No answer.
Put my ear to the door.
My
Do I hear
screwdriver.
anything? We'll get to that. I'll put my ear to the door. Do I hear anything?
Go and make a
Perception check.
it's not a perception check though. It is something else. And I totally lost my make it an alertness.
Ugh. Probably should have each do it.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
I made it by 13.
Yeah, I got a 76. I didn't hear anything.
You don't hear anything inside.
So I say each. Check it out.
Door locked?
It is locked.
No longer.
Not for long. We got a screwdriver, man.
Yeah, like what's the situation? Deadbolts or regular lock or?
It's just a regular lock. It looks that there's a deadbolt as well, but it looks very rusted.
Okay. I'll try to pry open where possible, giving it a thrust against the door.
Why don't you make a strength check?
Just saying I don't condone this. We should not be breaking into a private citizen's house.
Especially
Who's telling me that? Each the criminal or Sammy the artist?
Just saying in general, I do not approve of that. We don't have a warrant. This is not official. So, okay, my strength is 14.
as you're okay.
What do I need to roll?
It's 14 times 5. There's going to be a number that's
so it says 70. Yeah.
Okay.
I
You need to roll
under
under 70. Yeah.
71.
You got a doubloon.
Wait,
No, I got an Italian man here that probably outweighs me. He's gonna smash against it.
Yeah, can Paulie try?
Go for
I
it.
got a strength of 12, so under 60. Paulie got a 41. 44.
Hey, well to go, fire plug.
Yeah, 44.
You put your shoulder into it,
We
take that
both did.
screwdriver, and pop the lock. You hear the door pop inwards. And you see the door opens onto a darkened apartment.
Any lights on? Or are there lights switched by the door?
There is a light switch by the door.
I click it on.
Click it on. Immediately you can tell that this apartment is a wreck. Flies swarm about the whole area on the piles of fast food bags that are just sitting about the area. You see rotten food on a table that has 2 chairs. One of the chairs is missing. You see a half-consumed 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola just congealing in the corner on this dirty carpet where half of it must have spilled out, just stuck to the ground. There's filth everywhere from what you can tell. Tell me what you would like to look at.
Okay. Does it appear like anybody's there, or has anybody been there recently?
It's really difficult to tell because of the level of filth and disgust that's there. I mean, it would boggle your mind that anybody would willingly be here. But then again, who knows? I mean, the lights were off, the door was locked. But when you open it up there,
Anything like dead human?
No, you don't smell any decomp.
And this
But it's a studio type apartment. There's a seal, like a segregated area for a restroom. You see that
Is that
there's
door open?
what's that, brother?
When you said a segregated area, I'm sorry. I said door. I shouldn't have. Does it look like there's anybody there?
No, the door's open to the restroom area. You see the toilet with the stand-up shower. There's no bath in this area with a sink. You see that there's a mattress that's thrown against the corner.
Nobody home.
It doesn't look like anybody's home.
Any drawings or things or markings on the wall?
As you're looking around,
check underneath stuff too.
Okay. You see that there's a dirty window against the west wall that has a view of Graceland Cemetery and beyond it, Lake Michigan. But on the wall right next to the window is a map of the eastern United States.
Anything marked on it?
I'm getting to that. Carefully marked with thumbtacks and strings in intervals heading southeast, first towards Indiana and then Kentucky as it continues going down. By the time you see the marks get to Tennessee, the tracking becomes more erratic and is no longer marked with thumbtacks, but scribbled in red pen. After that, it ceases to be updated. It's as though it didn't become a priority of the author by the time it got to Alabama. And then you see at the bottom, in a tightly written pilot marker, is a bizarre scrawl in writing right below all this, the map. And it says, the door, the key, the keyhole, all the same. Open the way for me now. The living, the dead, the dying, all the same. Open the way for me now. Praises to Yog Sothoth, praises to his name. Open the way for me now. And I'm going to send you this thing.
Ollie takes a picture of the map and then sends it to Heisenberg.
And it should be there right now. A few moments later, you hear Polly, your phone is buzzing.
I answer. Odesso.
Odesso, where are you right now?
We're in the apartment of the ex-wife.
Garrison's apartment.
Correct.
What else have you found besides this?
This is it so far. I haven't seen anything else. We're still looking. We've been here less than a minute.
Keep me on the line. Put me on
I'll
speaker.
start looking under beds, check the
Come on speaker
bathroom.
until
Yeah.
each. Yeah.
Each, as you're looking around, you see what Paulie's indicating as far as the map of the United States with these erratic marks. You see this little post-it that he found beneath it, and then as you look to the left, you see that there's this small little nook table. One of the chairs is gone. There's only one chair there, and you see a pile of bills on this thing.
Like money bills or expense bills?
Expense bills. Do you have an accounting? Do you have accounting?
Let's see.
Polly does. He's got a 10% chance.
I also have a 10.
Yeah.
Let's go and make that roll.
85.
Nope, clueless.
Just
Okay.
a bit outside.
Yeah.
You're not really certain what all these bills pertain to.
They're not normal bills like, electricity, gas, garbage, water.
There are
bills for
those.
Florida?
You could tell though. There's big red stamps on them that say past due, overdue.
But yet she paid the rent.
There is that. You see though that there is one bill for a storage facility that's close by, and it
Address?
is not past due. It is not overdue. It is not late. And it says Unit 31. Lock 'em up self-storage 3306 North Kedzie Avenue.
Gotcha. any keys around in the area in the house? Well, let's take a search. Let's just search, see if we can find anything. Do we have to have a specific objective for our search, or just
That is your
drawers for
specific
keys.
that is your specific objective. Go ahead and make your search based on that. Looking for keys.
right on 01.
Damn.
01.
Damn, brother.
009.
Hey man, we are good today.
Is that 090 tone or 009?
No, I got a 01.
Which one's
Is
your
that 10?
10th?
Yeah, on my 10s, on my
Okay.
D10s.
So you both are looking for something that may pertain to this lock 'em up storage facility, and you do not find anything at all.
Waste of a roll. Do we find anything else? Anything else of interest that we would consider to be pertaining to our investigation?
Nothing other than what you found on the table. You hear Heisenberg say, "Can you tell me when it looks like the last time she was there?"
Well, let's open the fridge, see if there's any recent food.
Fly buzzes out. You see that there's a carton of milk in there that actually looks like it's still current, unbelievably. And it's still got a good current date of by maybe 8 days left to it.
Any sort of answering machine or anything like that in the house?
No.
Okay.
In fact, all you
Hard
see
phone
is
line
you
or
see
anything?
empty plugs along the walls, including the outlet for the for a phone line. You don't even see a computer in the place.
Okay.
So it looks like she hasn't been here for a while, I tell Heisenberg. There is some milk that's still current in the fridge, but she could have been here within a week, maybe 7 days, 6 days, 9 days. Given the shelf life of milk, it's got a week left on it. So
What else have you found?
we found an invoice for a storage facility in the area.
Give me
No
the name.
keys, and that's the only bill that she's got that's current.
Give me the name.
Lock 'em up storage at 3306 North Kedzie Avenue, unit number 31.
Unit 31.
Yeah.
It says it's paid up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get there, I guess.
Let me know when you get there.
Hail another cab.
Let's hail another cab and have us take us to the local Home Depot. We'll buy a set of universal keys, otherwise known as a bolt cutter, and we'll go to the storage facility.
So make a. Let me see what I want to have you make here. Make a SIG intent. SIG
Got
int check.
SIG intent can do. My SIG intent is under 40. And we are looking at a 47. God damn.
Why don't you make the same thing each?
I have no SIG int.
At all, okay.
Jeez, man.
Use a coin. You don't want to burn that, though.
Do we? Well, it's been.
I don't.
We've done 4 episodes. This is our 3rd episode, 3rd or 4th. Maybe it's time. 3rd.
Up to you.
I'd
You
rather
got
do
one.
it when
I got
I'm in
one. How about I burn this coin on this one?
Okay.
All right, I'd rather do it when I'm in the mouth of sweetness.
So that gives you another 10% to it then.
So that would have been a pass.
Okay.
All right.
You realize that when Heisenberg hangs up, that he actually called with a callback number.
Ah.
So
Getting
you
sloppy.
have a way of getting in touch with him.
All right.
Heisenberg, can you call us a cab?
You're a cab. Okay. I say we go to. All right. We go to a Home Depot.
Okay.
Buy a pair of bolt cutters and anything else we
Hold
think
on
we
a
should
second.
need.
Hold on a second. So as you're leaving her apartment, closing the door, you see one of the neighbors, a portly, balding man with a white tank top and cut-off jean shorts. He's exiting his own residence, and he's got a bag in his hand, probably the garbage, and he eyes the two of you. He makes an odd face as he watches you both leave her apartment.
We should ask if he's seen Miss Garrison in a while. Excuse me, sir.
He's
Real
actually
quick, out of
starting.
game. That's the name of her, right? Sarah Garrison or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's actually
Excuse me,
starting
sir.
to walk back in his apartment, and he stops when you
Oh,
when you
one
call
second,
his
sir.
name.
One
He
second, sir.
looks at your suits and shit. He's like, yeah.
We're looking for Miss Sarah Garrison. We have some information about her children that you may want to, hear.
Hey, I don't know too much about Officer Garrison.
Have you seen her? Have you seen Officer in a while?
Look, I don't like.
We've tried calling, but there's no phone.
I don't like talking too much shit about her being a cop and all. And last thing I want to do is cause any problem. I'm trying to get my life back together again right now.
Is there any way we could maybe persuade you to, if you have any information, and I hold up a 20?
He looks both ways. Just takes it. Kind of eyeballs it, fingers it. Look, I can't say that I seen her coming in at all hours of the night, odd hours. But I get the feeling she ain't here too often. I know
where
that
she might be.
Oh, it's hard to say. I know she's got someplace uptown, someplace else she goes. I heard the super talking to her a couple of times, telling her she needs to clean that refuge out, that it smells like fucking shit.
It's pretty bad in there.
It
That's
is
why we
pretty
want to
bad.
talk to her. It's about her kids.
He said if she don't like it, she can just stay full time in her storage facility. She threatened to do it, but I don't think either one of them was true to their threats.
Okay.
Well, thank you,
When's the
sir.
last time you saw her?
Oh shit! What? Last night maybe? She came by last night briefly. Took a few things. I saw her walking out with a chair. Weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. She left about maybe 8 o'clock at night. Not that I'm spying on her or nothing like that, but I don't know. That's all I know. I don't talk to her too much. I don't think she liked me.
Yeah, well, much appreciated. We actually know where her storage facility is, so we'll go stop by there. Thank you for your help.
Hey, if you could come back tomorrow and ask me some questions, I'm gonna need to buy a fifth of whiskey.
I think that 20 should at least get you a few of them. So
It will
come
though,
back.
but I'm talking about tomorrow.
We'll do our best, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you, officers.
What's your name, sir?
Dudley?
Dudley.
Dudley
That's a name you don't
Gons.
hear much. Nice to meet you, sir. We'll be in contact.
Keep calling me, sir. Goddamn right. Have a good day,
All right.
officers.
You want to see me make this screwdriver disappear? No.
You know the difference between jelly and jam, sir?
All right, so on to Home Depot.
Okay. So you procure your universal set of keys.
Yeah.
I get a nice knife.
Yeah.
One of those Gerber specials in the bubble wrap.
There
Yeah.
we go. No,
Yeah.
it's a Husky. Oh no, actually they did sell the Gerbers, don't they? Yeah. Yeah.
Gerber will do.
Gerber has fallen from grace. I heard Cold Steel is now behind bubble wrap at Walmart and shit now.
No shit.
Somebody bought that company. Cold Steel sold out, I guess. So
That's too bad. We can count on the quality going downhill, of course. All right, well that sucks. All right, so get a knife. What else do you think we could use?
Flashlights.
We have one already. Oh, that's right. We got to leave it behind. We'll get a couple flashlights. I'll pick up a knife too.
Or Leatherman's, right?
Say again.
Leatherman's.
A Leatherman's, absolutely.
Universal
Leather.
tool. And then, of course, we forgot our Pepto-Bismol, so we'll get some of that.
okay.
I think we're good to go.
So you cash yourself out. You guys probably get out at about just under $100.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself another cab, and you find yourself in front of the Lock 'em Up storage facility. From street level, it's a four level facility, completely dark at this point, except for the surveillance lights to keep perpetrators away. But it does say it's a 24-hour storage facility. You see on the main floor there appears to be an office with a clerk on duty.
Gotcha. All right, let's we'll go to the clerk, and I'll flash my ID. I need to see storage facility number 31.
So you come into the office. These are always my favorite when he flashes shit.
Yeah.
And you
Let me
see
see
this,
your manager. I'm
you
Karen.
see this 30-something-year-old with a comb over, black hair, with a thin mustache. And he looks at you as you flash your badge, challenging your authority with his authority of being the clerk on duty. And he points to his name. He's a, you see that? Supervisor, Assistant Supervisor Caldwell. Sundance Caldwell. You see he's a white individual. And he looks at you and he looks at your billfold with your identification. You know, I know my Bill of Rights. And I'm trying to find out why it is that you think that you just suddenly should gain access to whatever it is you want. Can you explain that to me, federal agent?
Wait 1 second. Each. Do you think you could break his jaw before he screams?
I think we could find that able to be done.
All right. How about you?
With a 15, he hears you. And he actually pushes back a little. And you see him fumbling for something. He's like, I know my rights. I got the Bill of Rights memorized. And he pulls out this piece of paper. Mm-hmm. And you see it as the Bill of Rights that he has handwritten. Now, there's probably a few more Bill of Rights on this piece of paper that he's all, you see right here, thou shalt not be manhandled by the law.
Look here, MAGA. You're going to show us where we want to go, or it's going to get very ugly.
I don't even know what you want, officers. This guy comes in here threatening.
It's agent. And I'll walk up to him.
Make an. They have an intimidation.
I have persuasion.
Intimidation.
Do they have intimidation? Do your persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, it's 53.
Oh, right on.
52.
52.
All right. Hey.
As he takes a step back, he actually drops his handwritten copy of his own Bill of Rights. He says, "Look, I don't mean to offend you, agents.
It's a matter of national security, sir.
Of course it is. I was once an agent as well.
You look like you have the mark of an agent, so you can sympathize with us that we can't be we can be a little too curt at times like this.
You see
Please
him
just
kinda
help us out.
Get a little bit of energy from that bolsterous compliment and says, thank you. I know I may not look, I'm undercover right now, agent. I would love to help out a fellow agent. You tell me what we can do together.
My friend here has a location that we need to just check out for the safety of someone.
He's a mean one. Can you tell me? I'd rather go with you, Agent Asian.
We need to see storage facility number 31.
Of course you do. Oh, he starts going through the keys, brings out a key ring and starts thumbing through. He's like, you're going to put in a good word with your supervisors, right?
Absolutely, provided
Assistant
you.
Supervisor Caldwell, you can count on it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Let me show you to it. We'll get this handled right away. And he takes you over to one of those.
Are you sure we're not in Florida?
Those scaffolding elevators that, you close. And he takes you up to the 3rd floor. Now, as you could tell from the outside, there appear to be... Shit, I forgot where it was at. There are 40 units, 10 per row. So he takes you up to the 3rd row. You guys get off the scaffolding elevator, and he goes right to the first one. And it's got a roll-up door, and he unlocks it for you. And he says, after you, agents.
Great. Can you open it, sir?
Of course I can. And he
We want to do this by the book.
reaches down and he, with very little effort, he rolls this door up all the way up to the top. And inside, you see that the interior is very dark.
Well, we have our flashlights.
You do. As you turn on your flashlight, you sweep it across, you see that there's a sleeping bag on the floor next to a metal bucket that just reeks of urine and other stuff. You see a lone chair. From memory, it matches the one from an apartment you just left. And occupying the center of the room sits a polished chunk of obsidian, which appears to be just over 3 feet tall. From your estimate, you probably guess it weighs probably about 300 pounds or so, maybe a little bit more. And it seems to absorb the light from your flashlight as you fan over it.
Is there any overhead light we could turn on?
There looks to be a switch on the side of the wall.
All right.
See how that goes.
Flick it on, and all it does is illuminate exactly what I said you saw before. Only that large piece of obsidian-looking thing just seems to soak in the light that hits it. Doesn't reflect anything. It's not even like a flat light. It's just like a dead light.
So you're saying it absorbs light. It's not turning, like, it didn't kill my flashlight, did it?
No, usually even something that's kind of like a flat mat would give off like take a look at my flat.
Yeah.
You see how my phone case, you could see some reflective. You're not going to shave in it, but it doesn't even do that. It's as black as the outline of our logo.
Okay.
Just nothing coming back off of it.
Got it. Well, anything else in the room?
Where are you guys going?
You want to...
Oh, just flasher. I mean, how big is the storage facility? My guess is
The
like,
facility's 20 feet by 15 feet.
It's a big one. Anything else in there besides the sleeping bag, the bucket of piss, and the obsidian thing?
There's some clothes in the corner in the back. Looks like some other wrappers and whatnot.
I turn to Special Assistant Caldwell. Have you seen the occupant of this particular storage facility in the last 24 hours?
And as you do see that, as you turn to ask him that question, you see a woman behind him with a gun in her hand pull the trigger. And you see his head explode like a fucking melon. And he crumples to the floor. And you see standing right behind him what could best be described as a woman, an African-American woman that looks like she has been ran through the ringer. And she sees both of you standing there and says, "Get away from it. You stay the hell away from it."
Okay. I'd like to hit her with the bolt cutters, but I didn't specify that I was holding them.
Well, where else would they be?
I would imagine they're in your hand,
Yeah,
but she's probably about 4 or 5 feet away from you.
no problem. Time to engage.
And she says, "Haven't you bastards taken away enough from me?"
Well, should we try to talk to her or hit her outside a game?
Well, I will...
She just killed somebody. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking she's not much in the mood to talk.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that we take her down, subdue her, whatever. Like, I'm just going to go and
Enough talked.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Tell
roll
me now.
initiative, huh?
Initiative!
There's no initiative.
Oh, cool.
Then we kill her. No,
No. We try to subdue her.
no,
Hit her in the head with the bolt cutters.
No, you go by dex.
no, this is roundhouse time.
Who's got the highest dex?
I got an 11. Probably
Mine
not
is
the highest.
15.
I have
Yeah,
10.
there we go.
All right. What's her strength, by the way?
She's got a 19 strength. What?
She's part heal
The
giant.
obsidian gave her a bonus.
It's the frost giant. Yogg-Sothoth, praise the good. All right.
Ichimaru,
Yes, sir.
immediately into action. What do you do against
I
Sarah
go to,
Garrison, who holds a 5-shot bullpup revolver? 1
5 or
shot
4
heavy.
now?
4 now.
Okay. I will go to. Well, I'd like to try to attack/grapple her. We don't
Okay.
want to kill her. My kick or punch wouldn't kill her either, but I'd rather try to tangle her up, and hopefully I'm stronger than she is, and she's not as strong as a raptor.
Well, it would be
so it'll
a
go better.
contested strength. So whatever your strength is times 5.
Do I need to try to? Okay, so that would be 70.
Okay. So you roll yours to make sure you could grab her, and then actually we're gonna roll off against each other.
What am I rolling for? Under 70?
You gotta beat him.
Yeah.
I got 51.
And I got 64. I fail. So you wrap her up,
Yeah.
lock up her arm with the weapon, and got
Yeah.
her head back. So she's kind of bent back. Let go of me, you heathen dogs!
I grab the gun from him. Thank you.
Okay, you pop the gun out of her hand because that was your next move. Now she's going to try to struggle to get free with a 9.
What do I got to roll?
You got to roll your strength as well.
52. Made it again.
52, okay. And yours is closer to the limit, which means you still maintain it.
Oh, okay, great.
You see, and that's how it is like if there's 2 contesting rolls, whoever is closest to the threshold before failing would be the winner.
Oh, that's
without going over. It's like playing 21. Think of it like that.
Yeah. I'll try to say, Officer Garrison, we're here trying to protect your children, and see if that does anything for her, to see if she's against them or if that helps snap her out a little bit.
She is totally out of it at this point. She's got a manic look to her. In fact, if you were to pass her on the street, the first word that would come to your mind would be cancer.
Yeah.
You know, she's,
like on
she's-
society, or just she looks ill?
She just looks ill. Her gum line looks
meth.
rotted. Yeah. I wish I had a picture of this. I thought I did, but I
Just Google faces of meth and show me.
yeah, I thought I had it. I guess I don't, but I would send it to you. Just know that she looks like a freaking meth head.
I didn't get the last text that you sent, bro. Did you send it to Sammy?
Did I, Sammy?
I didn't get any text.
Oh, yeah, I did send it to you. Sorry, brothers.
No problem.
Well, I mean, I got the one about the writings of Yog
No,
Sothoth and all.
yeah, that's the writing of Yog Sothoth.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Okay, I just sent it out to you, Tongue.
Got it, bro.
My bad.
Oh, yeah, that was just to me. Thank you, brother.
Aye.
And afterthought, Cosmo.
What a dick.
Oh, I just got it again, so I have 2 now. How many do you have, Tom?
I got it once.
Can I take that text back from him?
Well, you can. I'll trade you for a gold doubloon.
Ooh.
So then I will say, something. Well, not something to the effect. I will say, Yog Sothoth listens.
What do you know? What do you know about Yog Sothoth? He listens to me. He's not here.
The key, the door.
You see her
The living,
composure
the
start to
dead.
crack.
The dying. Tell me.
There's a moment of confusion on her face.
Oh my God.
God damn.
I just saw that face you sent of her. Oh,
Yeah, no doubt.
That's like she got the Innsmouth look. Woo.
Yeah.
I just want my children back. They were important to me. They were my life. They got me closer to Yog Sothoth every night. At this point, you know she is completely fractured in the brain. Make a human int on that.
That would be human int. Okay, I can do that. Oh hell yeah, 10%.
27. Right?
Zero.
My,
Oh shit, critical failure, brother.
my human int is a 50, so I made it 27.
What do I get for a critical failure?
You are completely oblivious to what she's talking about. In fact, even even you talking about Yasagoth, even though you've dealt with the unnatural, you're more concentrated on just holding this pose. Odesso,
Okay.
when she's saying how they were important to her to get in touch with Yasagoth, you realize that they were the tool that she was using nightly through her torture of her children to meet that end.
So she's probably frazzled her brains. Like, I'm trying to figure out how the connection is from her with this black obelisk thing to her kids in Florida. I don't know how we would speak with her about it without hearing just inane rambling. What are
do
you
you wanna
doing
do?
with your children? And I'll just say the sweetness. I doubt she knows what that is, but
As you say sweetness, she actually looks at you. What do you know about sweetness?
we know everything. He's with your daughter.
That can't
He's
be.
with your daughter, your son.
You see that she's trying to break her grasp, but not away from you, but down to her knees. You know, like
All right,
somebody
I'll
wants to go
Lock her
down.
up down there.
Okay, you ease her down, and she gets
Yeah.
to her knees, and she's still locked up. Please, I must get back to little cat. I must get back. I need her. She's my only way.
How can we stop sweetness?
You fools, you don't even know. I need to be let go. If I don't do it, it'll do it on its own. Please, let me go before it's too late.
Do what?
I'm not telling you. She attempts to wiggle free again. And fails.
I'm
Just
going 33.
malnutrition has just taken a toll on her body.
Okay. Do you wish your children to live or die?
With a final look, she looks you in the eyes, and then her head just cranes and she looks at the obsidian obelisk in the middle of the storage facility. And I'll see you next session.
I fucking hate you.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We've also got a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over there and hit that like bell, and don't forget to subscribe. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to check us out and look for us out there. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com, or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can also download the current show directly and view our archives and galleries. We got a lot of interesting stuff posted there, so head on over. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So, until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.